Good evening everybody. I hope you are well this fine Sunday evening. Good evening one and all. Hope you're enjoying the new updated render, now with added Samadan, Pierre and depth of field. Good evening New Evin, John, Stephen Hall, thank you all for stopping by. Let's swap over to the main scene. There we go. Good evening all. Oh, let's get the desktop audio on. And we can have that in the background. There we go. Good evening, Will Webster and Newavin, King Slacknos. Thank you all for stopping by. I hope you've had a lovely week of gold making and made lots and lots of gold. Oh wow, straight in there, Will, with the 7 months on a 7-month streak. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you. And Jangles, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Let's see, lots of emotes in for Will Webster. And if you're astute, you'll notice we have a new emote. There we are, and that one broke. Wow, 15 months. Samathums indeed. Yes, thank you very much for your continued support. Really do appreciate that. Let's see a bit of everything. And some of the new Pierre emotes. There we are. Thank you very much. Really, really kind of you. Thank you for your support. And Nabil Sendaro, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Hope you're doing well. Let me just make my window a little bit bigger so I can see the chat. There we go. Actually, I'll make that a little bit smaller, then I can read everything. There we go. That's a bit easier. And then I can see that if I make that window a little bit more. Just Nabi. Nabi will be easier. Yes, thank you. I always do struggle on that one. Latest update on Shadow Song Tunes. 4 characters to 120. Pathfinder 1 done. Working on ranks 185 in the bank after 3 weeks. Wow, Will, that's amazing. Congratulations. I mean, 4 characters to 120 is really good. Pathfinder Part 1 was the tough one. So Part 2 shouldn't take too long. Especially with all the emissaries and stuff that you can get for Najita. Sonraro, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Hope you're doing well this fine Sunday evening. We're just starting off the stream here. A little bit early tonight because I might finish it a bit early because I've got a busy day tomorrow. And I want to be able to get up early enough. Just got your scribe revered. Oh, congratulations. I'm going to be working on an inscription after I'm done with alchemy. I've had some good results so far with alchemy in terms of setting it up. We can look at that a bit later. But in general, yep, the gold's been going very well. We'll go and check on the mailbox because I haven't opened it since Friday morning. So we're going to have a lot of stuff. Big week next week. It is indeed. The hype for Classic is definitely real. It's palpable. You can hear it in the air as everyone's tweeting and talking about it. For me personally, I'm going to be sticking mainly with BfA because there's still so much I want to do. But I will be checking out Classic and having a look and reminiscing over the good old times. Although that said, it's a very different game now. So it's not vanilla, it's Classic. So it's like the 3rd version of World of Warcraft. Going to be very interesting. And Eresis, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Hope you're doing well. Let's have a look, in fact. Let's go round and we can start having a look at the mailbox. In a moment. Deboding, how are you? Greetings to you. I'm doing very well, thank you very much. Quite like the alchemy video, thank you very much. I'll be doing another one very soon because we're almost at the end of that BfA alchemy journey. We'll go over to Jahwakening and have a look at how I've done. I've been doing a few more bits and pieces and we've actually got all our rank 3s now, which was really amazing. Commander Bond, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Hope you're doing well. Have I played vanilla? I did way back. I started in the open beta just before vanilla came out. Was my first taste of WoW, and because I bought, I was very much a EverQuest player, and then I went over to WoW. So I was there right at the beginning. Although I did take a break because I also had a very young family at the start. So I was always very much a casual player. So I didn't really do a lot of raiding or anything like that. I think the biggest thing I did was got up to the General Drakisath and unlocked the Onyxia attunement was about as far as I got with vanilla. Then I played through Burning Crusade and Wrath of the Lich King, again just casually, and then I kind of sort of like petered off as I focused on my family for, well, the next 3 expansions, and then came back in Legion with a gusto, starting with the Goldmaking. At least I know what to expect. Yes, I mean, it's going to be very different, I think. There seems to be a lot more people around, but there was then as well. There were millions of people playing it, so it's going to be interesting. I liked the pace of Classic. You could pop on, do a few things, and felt like you were always progressing. It's going to be interesting. Oh, feeling under the weather today. Sorry to hear about that, Commander Bond, but I hope you at least can relax with a little bit of WoW time. With any luck. Let's start with, shall we start with some mail and have a look? How have we done since Friday? I'm imagining there's a decent amount here. 109 in the mail here. So this is going to be fairly decent. I was able to go on quite a lot yesterday and today. So let's have a look. What have we got? We got some food sales, some more enchants, obviously. Hydral Expedition bags. Binding of Intellect there for 5,000 gold, that's good. And a Binding of Strength for 9,800. Wow, those are good prices. Midnight Hawk, good evening to you. Hope you're doing well. I thought the announcement that TSM would support Classic was very nice. Makes the game a little more attractive. It's interesting. Strangely, I had mixed feelings when I heard about it, because for me, TSM wasn't around in vanilla. So and thinking about the interface of TSM, it's very much a modern day interface, and so I was all prepared to use what I used to use back in Classic, which is Auctioneer, and get used to using that. Obviously, with TSM not being able to use the API, we'll still have to use add-ons like Auctioneer or Auctionator. I've never used Auctionator though, and so it's going to be interesting. So I keep telling myself, Classic isn't vanilla, it's basically another generation of the game. Everything's different now. For so many years you missed the social connection we had. LFG ruined everything. Can't wait to sit in Stormwind and look for groups again. I don't know about LFG ruining things. For me, I think it was once all the realms started sort of mixing with each other, because it seemed to be more kind of like you would see the same people travelling on your journey here and there, and then that had a kind of like personal connection. Once it spread out where you could see all the different sort of shards of different people, and you never knew which kind of people were in your zone, that for me kind of made the whole thing a little bit disjointed. But yeah, looking for group I think is going to be an interesting part of the whole thing, definitely. Time you're looking at Mailbox, you envy you. Best you get morning till evening is 2 to 5 sales. Really, Newavin. Well, hopefully we can help you out with that, with a little bit of professions. It all depends on what your server's doing, really. Game will die pretty fast because people think it's Classic, but it's not. I think there's a lot of mixed expectations. There's going to be people wanting to replicate the whole vanilla experience, which you will be able to do to some extent, but as we saw with all the new add-ons coming out, it's a very different game now. It's 15 years old, remember. You like the modern day conveniences, but say you'll dip into Classic mostly solo. I think I'll be the same, Will. I'll focus on BfA because it's what I love playing at the moment, and then I'll have a look into doing Classic sort of every now and again. You can't have vanilla back once you felt it. Exactly. The hype will die down fast because people don't realise what they were getting into. Yeah, that's true. Takes a long time to level up. I remember it took me a long time to get to 60. I got to 60 just in time before Burning Crusade came out, I think. But it did take me the whole time to do that. It was lots of fun. And it looks like we had a reset there of my Accords of Haste. They were quite cheap. That's one thing. And what else we got? Force multiplier, quick navigation. Hoof plates are selling, so that's quite good. I'll wait for this to run through and then I'll do an open mail after that. You like grinding and leveling. That's not the issue for me. Yeah, that's true. I think if people can sort of get around the pace being very much different. I think also that a lot of the other people have been saying, and I'd agree with this, is every new upgrade you get feels tangible. So you know, the weapon skills, the extra stats you get, it basically feels like you're progressing, even with a small equipment upgrade. So for me, the whole journey feels like you're always working towards a better goal. But that said, I will know that I'll never be as good as those that will play it 24/7 as soon as it goes out and dedicate themselves to it playing full time, because that's not me. I'll always be a casual player. All the reagents you must carry, exactly. Jack, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a good week. What else? Will add-on changes in years that have gone by? Can you really have a 2004 experience in 2019? Exactly, Danny. That's exactly it, isn't it? It's a different game. It's basically the third version of World of Warcraft. Don't know if you had the time. The original WoW was a massive grind for everything. It was. You will have to spend a fair amount of time doing anything, definitely. Yeah, the reagents was the fun part of it. I remember having my holy candle and my light feathers as a priest. I'll be doing the same as Samadan. Actually, let's just open this up. 53,000, page 1. Let's get these open first. Then we can be ready for page 2 when it refreshes. A bit warm, but doing good. I'm doing very well, thank you, Jack. It's also really warm here. I made the mistake of cooking a roast earlier, so I completely heated the whole house up. So we're struggling on, but we're doing okay at the moment, thanks. We're talking about Classic. We are indeed, Jack. We're just talking about how it's not going to be the same vanilla experience as it was back then, because it's another version of the game. But it's going to be new, and it's going to be different, and it's exciting because it's still World of Warcraft. Rasboric, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Hope you're doing well. A bit hot today. You survived heart palpitations from the cricket earlier. Oh, right. Sport I had known nothing about, unfortunately. Maybe just once in a while game, but you've got to get on Classic and show the kids how we used to do it. Well, this is going to be very interesting, actually, Commander Bond, because my children grew up with me playing World of Warcraft casually. So they saw me, and they actually, when the free starter editions came out, they would make characters themselves. So my son, when I had the Classic beta, he logged in and just had a go, and he was like, "Wow, this brings back childhood memories for me." So it was quite interesting. No flying, no LFR, heroic, no mythics. Happy, yeah, definitely. It's gonna be very interesting. Epics will beat epics again, definitely. Speaker C, how are you? Catching live after a long time. It's going very well, thank you very much. How about yourself? Hope you're doing well. Not that hype. I think I have mixed feelings the same, Will. I think I won't go all in, but I will certainly have a play. What else have we got here? Let's have a look at the sales we've had so far. More enchants, Netherweek, Death Silk Shoulders. Someone's done the Waste of Time achievement by buying all of those. And let's have a look else. What have we got? Baked potato, 20 of those. More light step hoof plates. So a decent amount again. So that's 50. What did we have? 53,000 and 54,000. So that's 100,000 over the weekend so far. First time live, thanks to Nessa, really enjoy that. Greetings from Germany. Mooseherd, sorry. Good evening to you. Thank you for stopping by. Hope you're doing well. Welcome on board. We're just going through the mailbox at the moment. I missed a whisper just then. What was that? Just watching a YouTube channel. Didn't realise you were on this server. All right. Hi. We are also live on Twitch right now. There we go. So what's going to be page 3 coming in? Calosaurian, how are you? Good evening to you. Hope you're doing well. Gold sellers will always be there as long as there is a market for it. You mean actually people selling gold, or you mean the making gold? People will know each other, having actual in-game community the most. Yes, Daniel, I think that was the thing that we were saying earlier. That's the thing we're going to miss, definitely. That's the thing that I missed from WoW as it is now, is just walking around and seeing people, recognising characters. I think that's going to be a big part of it. Selling gold for real money, I guess that is always going to be a case. It's something I will always obviously actively avoid, and because it's against terms of service, but there will always be someone looking to exploit some sort of situation. No worries. Happy gold making. Given that there will not be any WoW tokens in Classic. Oh, yes, of course, there is that, isn't there? I hadn't thought about that. I always figured people would use their main BfA accounts to make gold. That certainly is how I've been doing it. I figured everyone would be doing something similar themselves. But then having to actually get gold, yes. So that's paying for the token, isn't it? But the different thing is actually having gold in the game. That's going to be the hard thing, because it's very hard to get hold of. So that's going to be the one thing that I am very intrigued about, is the whole making gold aspect in Classic. See what kind of the old techniques work, what kind of markets we can do with the new tools that we have now. Some will use their main accounts. Be interesting to see how it affects the economy on retail. Yeah, it's gonna be very different. I'm gonna try and remain open and just see what happens. I didn't actually see how much gold was in that last one. 12,300. So what did we get total? That's about 122,000, I think, on Samadan. That's pretty reasonable. I'm happy with that. Retail prices are dropping a lot. I think, yeah, maybe people are just dumping stock or trying to sell anything just to try and make some gold. Selling chance for like 600 gold now. I've noticed there's a general downward trend, certainly. I imagine if I do my enchants now, a couple of things here are going to expire. So let's take those off. And then if I do a cancel scan of my enchants, I'm sure I'll have been undercut. So let's do Accords, Pacts, just the good ones actually. And those weapons and those ones. I'm going to cancel scan on those. I'm pretty sure those will go. People dumping stock for sure. I think it'll be a little rough on live BfA for a month or so. I imagine so. People will go over, they'll check Classic out, and then those that like Classic will stay in Classic, I'm sure, and then those that prefer the BfA experience will carry on in that, and there'll be people that do both. Good evening, Gold, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Chance will take one of the biggest hit with Classic release for a while. I imagine so. We'll see what happens, because obviously people will dump their stock, but it'll be interesting to see how it affects each server. Let's take all of these off. And also materials might go a lot lower, but then there'll be a drought probably, as there'll be less people in the game farming for stuff. So it's going to be interesting. Hey Wolfrage, how are you? We were just talking about that. I will be playing Classic. The main thing I'm going to be doing is just dipping into it from time to time. I'm not going to be focusing on it. So it'll be something that I do after I've done all the things I've done in the main game, really. Now, let's just make sure all of this is cancelled. Takes a few times sometimes. There we go, all done. Let's pop back here and open all of those. There we are. Yeah, I haven't got a Classic command actually, but the answer is yes. I've fun for a year at least, and then could be it will die again. Do you think so, Jack? What about if they start introducing more phases and things? As you know, maybe they'll even go up to like Burning Crusade and Wrath of the Lich King. What will they do as they get close to the end of one expansion and onto another? Still no status message. Oh, interesting. That's odd. You really dislike Classic thing, to be honest. You really hate it. It just divides community. There are those that will always be sort of like, oh, it's only got to be this way and it's only got to be that way. I'm obviously, as you can probably tell, more kind of even-minded about things, and I can see both sides. So for me, it's kind of like, okay, well, you like it that way, that's fine. I like it this way, and I like a bit of that and a bit of this. Releasing WOD. Yeah, maybe they'll just skip that. The one we don't speak. Jesse Pinkman, thank you very much for the follow. Let's just open all of these. Let's get these out. We can get them back on. Don't think I'll do that. How much you loved Wrath of the Lich King. You feel the same, but now a bit more open-minded. People should have fun. Exactly, Will. Either way. And just play it casually. Exactly. That's my state on it. I won't go all in, but at the same time, I'm intrigued. I'd like to reminisce, and I'd like to see what the markets are like in that. Do you think they'll bring the expansions back? I imagine they'll get to the natural end of Classic, and then they'll probably maybe make an extra server that people can go over to that has, say, Burning Crusade on it. And then those that want to stay in the Classic server can do that, or they might be able to migrate to a Burning Crusade server and then move it on through the expansions. Maybe. But there will come a point where it's not really worth just being a few years behind. And some people may just want to keep it in the Classic mode. It said rebuilding the Burning Crusade would be significantly easier than Classic. Oh, right, okay. Now Classic will open the retail devs' minds. Next retail expansion going to have some Classic aspects maybe. I think that's a good idea, Wolf Rage. I imagine Blizzard will be listening. They'll be watching, and they'll be understanding the player base as best they can and trying to react to it, definitely. Back in the days, you had those 60, 70 and 80 guilds that just kept doing old content. Yeah. Yeah, there was definitely those that just focused on that and got really good at it. As long as there's goals and there's fun, people will carry on and play it, basically, whatever it is. Had a great time in Burning Crusade, Kata and Mr. Pandaria. More interested in those than Classic. I would love to do something Mr. Pandaria at the beginning, because I missed Mr. Pandaria. And I wish I had actually gone in on that one, because it looks beautiful. And let's just have a quick look, mats wise. We could probably do with buying some stuff if we've got it. Let's have a look at any bracer shuffles we can do. We might have to do some restocks. I did do some restocks earlier, but we'll have a look. So Shimmer Scale, Course at 7, Tie Spray's up at 7 as well, so I'll probably leave those for now, as I have a fair amount of those. Oh look, looks like we might have an Oreo half in the camera. Can you come in to join us, Oreo? Let me just pop his camera on. There we are. Yeah, we just got a back end of Oreo again. You miss Wrath. Yeah, Wrath was fun. I really enjoyed it. Just want to make retail good. That's all. Well, that's the thing. Is I like retail. I like it in its current state. There's so much I'm always doing, but maybe my perspective is different because I'm focusing on the gold making side of things. And let's have a look at any 8.2 mats. Have a quick look here, see if there's anything we can do here. Dredged leather is expensive. Gilded seaweave is expensive, so let's leave those. Okay, so let's look at restocking on Samadan. Look at my auctions and anything we need to do here. We should have most of them done, so... Well, actually, nope, we don't. We've got quite a lot we need to do here. Now... Last time I looked, there were some things I wasn't able to do. Hexweed bag I don't think I've got enough for, so leave that one off for now. Those I can probably do. Now the Crusader enchant. I had problems with the Righteous Orb. We'll have to have a look, see if we can find any, because there weren't any on the auction house earlier. Let's have a look. We also need one Expulsum, so we'll have a look at that as well. Let's move this back over there. Let's hide that, we don't need that. And let's have a look on the auction house, see if there is anything here. See if there are any orbs on here. Let me just catch up on chat. What do we have? Ooh, loads I missed actually. Wrath for you, the lore you love from Warcraft 3. Yes, exactly. It ties in so well with Warcraft 3, doesn't it? Yeah, I agree, Will. I like it as it is. What class will I be in Classic? I will be the same. I'll roll my Human Priest, and I will probably do a little bit of Shadow, and then I would like to focus mainly on Holy, and do a few dungeons and things like that. And I'll probably pick Tailoring and Enchanting as my professions. Everyone planning No Life Classic. Got 120 hours plans, first 7 days. Excellent. So glad it exists. Isn't for you, but you're so glad it exists you can chill on my stream. Oh, thank you very much, that one bro guy. Very kind of you. Yeah, exactly. If the gameplay is boring for you, then by all means I would suggest go and check out other games, other ways of having fun, because nothing should be boring in life. Totally agree with that. We've got one Righteous Orb, but that's quite good at that price, but we'll need more than that. I think I need more. Total different game. Yeah, exactly. Oh, and we just had a quarter critical strike. A decent price, actually, 1,700. You love PvP, Battlegrounds, not so much, but World PvP. You miss it so much with all the sharding retail. Yes, I'm not really a PvP person, so I can understand how people would want that. So I can see how Classic would certainly fill that niche, Wolf Rage. Have I picked a server? Yep, I'm going to be on Mirage Ridgeway, which is the EU PvE server. Sorry, I missed out loads of chat here. Maybe if you're someone from chat, got the time to answer. Got a tip for you. You just started again, totally fresh on a new server with a Hunter 110 so far, Herbalism and Skinning. Just sell that. Sell that or start different. I would start with that. Herbalism is good. As soon as you can get to 120 and get into Nashitar and get some Zinathid going and some Anchorweed, then you can certainly make some sales with that. Skinning, not so much. I think, yes, there will be a decent amount of coarse leather and shimmer scale that you can sell. Certainly on my server, I keep on buying that. Leveling as a priest may be a challenge. Yes, exactly. Cop out and play a mage, you think? Yeah, well, the thing is, I played a priest in the first instance, and I would love to play it again, definitely. Herbing is good steady gold, yes, definitely. How long does it take to acquire flying in BfA? The part 1 can take a while, depending on how far you want in it. Part 2 can go quite quickly. Even me, at my pace, I was able to get it eventually. As long as you keep doing your reputation grinds, keep doing your emissaries, because those are your biggest bang for your buck. That's the best thing. Gorgor68, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Hope you're doing well. What else have we got here? Volatile Life, that's quite expensive. And Ember Silk Cloth, really, is it that expensive? We might have to go off and get some. It's 6 gold, 70, 381 is my normal price on that. What do we need that for? The Hydral Expedition bag, I think. I don't want to go and do a Ember Silk farm just at the moment though, so I might just leave that. What's that? 10 bolts of Ember Silk. Okay. Shakio, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. We've been on it solidly for 3 weeks now. Nearly there. Well, let's see, that's an example. So it doesn't take too long. As long as you can just keep at it daily, That's the main thing. Get on it daily. So let's get all of those. I'm not going to be able to get everything here. Let's take the Hydraulic Expedition bag off. See, we need 4 for those, so I don't have enough. So I'm going to take the Hydraulic Expedition bag off. I'm going to take the belt off for the moment as well for the Expulsum. And then the Crusader enchant's going to take those off. And then that leaves me with Rubbery Flank. I still need 3 Blood of Sargeras. Okay, well let's see if there's anything on the map here as we're in Dalaran. Let's just run through this a little bit quicker. And any decent Blood of Sargeras things here. We've got... that one is... doesn't tell me how many there are. Is that just singles? Blood of Sargeras. 1, 1 and 1. That's unfortunate. I don't want to have to go all that way to get 3 single ones. Maybe we'll leave that off as well. Okay. So what needed Blood of Sargeras? Crafting, and it was one of the enchants, wasn't it? Binding of Intellect probably. And Binding of Strength. Okay, let's take those off. We'll deal with those later. Still at 10,000 profit on that lot. So let's have a look. What have we got? Bolt of Mageweave, Rubbery Flank, Mysterious Essence, and we still need 11 Veiled Crystals. Okay, so we need to go over to Earthen to get those done. So, right, let's just go through this. Tailoring Crafts, Bolt of Mageweave, we'll do those whilst we're here. Getting a contract helps, yes, definitely. As soon as you got friendly, getting those contracts. I certainly did that with Samadan, and having the human racial really helped as well. Jalen, how are you? Thanks for coming by. They are going very well, thank you very much. Really enjoying the game, having lots of fun with getting my professions up. Let's just swap over to here and Mysterious Essence. Looking forward to Classic, I definitely am. I'm not going to go all in on it, but I will certainly dip my toe in it. Right, okay, so we've gone through that. Mysterious Essence, and we need to buy from the vendor the Fusaka. So let's go here, and then we need some more Veiled Crystals. So the best thing for that, actually whilst we're here, we'll make or buy extra Fusaka, because it does sell on the auction house. 200. Take some of those. Right, let's swap over to Earthen and get some Veiled Crystals going. So we'll go over here. And go to Earthen. We will be dipping. Dipping into Classic. That will be the next thing. Do the emissaries too whenever that will help a lot. Yeah, that is the big one. I forget about the ship table rewards though. The mission rewards. That is one thing I should remember to do. Although I'm okay as I am at the moment on stuff. So let's just have a look here. Whilst we're here, let's have a look at the mail. A couple of sales. 3,900 coarse leather waistguard and vest. Okay, we'll take those. And do I have any Expulsum on me at the moment? I've got 15. That should be enough to make me some things now. So let's do that now while Samadan's waiting. So I don't think I've got enough for... I'm running out of Tempest Hide. Let's have a look if there's any on the auction house. Slash exact. Oh, that's not hide. H-I-S-E. Hide. That's just spelled correctly. There we go. Probably found those coarse leathers for me. You probably did, Will. Let's have a look. Okay, so we've got some Tempest Hide now. So we'll take some of this at a reasonable price. So I'm going to take all of the single ones. Yeah, the good thing about coarse leather is relatively easy to farm solo. I'll take those 12. I'm going to leave that one on there as my offering to the auction house gods. 214, we'll take that, and then we're up to 328, so I'll leave it at that. How many does that give me? 257. That should be enough for the moment. Oh no, I'm going the wrong place. I was thinking I was going to the guild bank. Back we go to the mailbox. Thankfully we can fly. That's easier. So take up our purchases. There's an objective for Tempest Hide. What does that give me as a reward? Let me just check on that. Might be useful. If it's Expulsum, it'll be useful. World Quest rewards. It's just gold for the Tempest Hide. Okay, we'll leave that. So what we can do though is make our Honourable Combatant Leather Arm Guards. Let's create those 15. We'll do that one. And then we'll send those back to Samadan, get those enchants done, and then we can check in on our other characters. I'd like to go back to Urfan, because he needs to get started on the Notorious gear. Obviously we're going to need a whole load of Expulsum for that. So, but we did manage to pick up some Dredged Leather, so that's the next thing for him. But that's kind of like secondary in my mind at the moment. So we've done that, so let's send that over. Groups. Send now selected groups. So those are done, and then Jahwakening has some rubbery flank, I believe. So let's go over and do that whilst we're here. Just quickly jump in. I'll come back to Jahwakening properly, but whilst I have stuff, hopefully I'm near a mailbox. I'll get that sorted. Let's have a look. We've got the alchemy side to do, we've got the Silas proc to look into. There's lots to do on Jahwakening. Loads of alchemy cooldowns we need to filter out. So where are we? Where's the mailbox? Let's go over here. Where's my mailbox gone? That's there. Let me move out a little bit, that'll be easier. Mail to Samadan, rubbery flank. So we'll send that. We've got some expires here. We'll deal with that in a moment. We'll come back to you, Jahwakening. We're just working on Samadan first. So let's go over to here and go back to here. And we'll jump back in and then we'll be done with Samadan for the moment. Interestingly, Jahwakening is now a higher eye level than Samadan is. With all those dungeons we did, he's actually got better gear than Samadan now. Which is slightly embarrassing. We'll see how it goes once we actually focus on Samadan a little bit more. At the moment we'll be doing a lot of other stuff. So let's take all of those. Oliver Spanner, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Hope you're doing well. Right, so we've got that. So we now need to disenchant this lot to give us our veiled crystals that we needed. There we are. Steady Prism, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome on board, hope you're doing well. You're just going through restocking on our enchants at the moment. You've got a big ball of fluff above me at the moment. There's Oreo. Sticking his legs in the air again. He covered himself up with his tail this time. I'll go through this fairly quickly, and then we should be able to craft everything else in our list. That should be enough veiled crystals for this batch. So let's have a look. Gathering's done. So this is apparently a 10,000 profit if we make and sell all of this. So a few different gifts, herbalism, gifts of haste, gift of versatility, gift of critical strike, and then a couple of accords. Enchanting a shield, greater parry is an interesting one. I don't think I've sold one of those in a while. But a sale is a sale. If I need to restock on it, it means it's sold. And then food seems to be going quite nicely at the moment. So we'll carry on with that as well. Let's go in here and make those fragrant and biltong, and then let's make ourselves a black mage weave headband. Still a few things we couldn't quite do, like the Hydral expedition bag, but we'll maybe do a ember silk farm a bit later. Let's have a look at what else we need to do first. So those made, we need to post those on. And then that's Samadan's maintenance done for today, for now. We don't need to do a great deal else other than maybe work on a little bit of reputation for Mechagon, perhaps. Get ourselves up to Exalted eventually. We're only part way into that. We've got still a long journey on that one. So let's get all of those on. Accord of Haste is a good price, as is the Accord of Versatility. So those done. Okay. So things to do next. We need to check on Elmorte. We haven't checked his daily cooldowns and things. And then we need to go over to Jahwakening, check his daily cooldowns and check on his alchemy, because I did see a whole load of stuff had expired. So we'll just check our Transmute Master first, see how he goes with that. Right, so how are we doing on this? Have we got a daily cooldown we need to do? We can get rid of that. So, Transmute Living Steel, yes we do. Let's do one of those. And then let's check our auctions. We have expires on everything. Everything has expired. Let's take all of this off. Don't think we should have anything on the auction house now. Should have all expired, I imagine. Yep. So let's post it all back on, including our new living steel that we just made. I don't think we should need to restock on anything. I would have done that already, I think. What gaming peripherals do I use? At the moment we have a wireless Logitech keyboard, like a really tiny one, because we can use that on the sofa, it's quite easy. And then I have I don't know what make it is. I don't think it's even branded, just a regular tiny wireless mouse. And that's it as far as peripherals go. I was looking into the like the orb weavers and the gaming keyboards that you get on your left hand, which I think would be very useful for me in my rotations, my button mashing. That would be definitely be my preference, or maybe one of the MMO mices that can at least give me a few buttons on the right hand side as well. I've been looking into it. I would like to try something like that, but for now I make do, as I do with everything. There we go, so we got that done. Let's go over to Jahwakening next. So how's alchemy doing? So where were we last when we did alchemy? I've done a fair amount since the video came out last. I've got all my rank 3s now, which is really cool. Vamp Diesel, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for all the follow. So I imagine all of this has expired. Yes, it looks like it has. We do have some sales though. So let's just take all of the regular mail first. We've got 70 in the mail, so we've got a lot of potions. I was lucky with the Silas buff a couple of times, so I did make a fair amount. Have I filled up my bags? Looks like I have. There's a whole lot of junk in there. Let's get rid of that. This is going to be interesting. Managing my inventory as an alchemist. I hadn't really factored into that. Sell trash. Let's get rid of that. And those. And we've still got things like our Enigma seeds and things like that. Maybe we don't need those so much. And I've got some older potions, and we've also got all this armour we don't need at the moment as well. So let's see what we can scrap of this lot, perhaps. See if we can get anything out of that, because we do need some expulsum to get ourselves an alchemy trinket. For the horde, exactly. Ah, Mushy, how are you? And lovely Sam emotes as well. Thanks for stopping by, hope you're doing well. Right, let's go have a look at the scrapper. Okay, Navi, thanks ever so much for stopping by. Have a great raid. I'm going to go and have a look at scrapping all our bits and pieces here. So there's some stuff we can scrap. So let's just add all those in. I do believe most of these are upgraded now. Just double check them so I don't end up scrapping something I didn't want to scrap. There we go. See if we can get something back from there, because we could do with a little bit of expulsum. A few different things here. Maroon ink, monolite ore, durable flux, and osminite ore. That's the expensive one, isn't it? 31 gold. Okay. And the rest of those will probably vendor. We've got some stuff here in the... some things we can put in the guild bank. Let's clear up a little bit of this off to give ourselves some space. So let's have a look. Okay, so in the guild bank. Have you got any space here? No, that's all full. There we go, there's a bit of space here. Let's drop some lockboxes in here. My next character is going to be a rogue, and I'm going to go and unlock all of these lockboxes. Now these Enigma Seeds I'm going to put in... Actually, I'm going to put them in the guild bank, because I can get hold of those quite easily with guild banking. Oh no, it's soulbound. Okay, scratch that. Let's put them in this way. Can we put them in the reagent bank would be my next question. I'm not sure if I can though. No, we can't. So let's put them in the regular bank. That'll have to do. We've not been doing these for a while, so let's just take those over, as well as our magic battle patch stone. Any other random things here? Waterlogged toolbox. Haven't looked inside that yet. And then the rest of those will sell. The food and the cloth we need to put in the guild bank for Samadan. Let's just take that lot. So that, tide spray, briny flesh, meaty haunch, moist fillet, and the rubbery flanks. Sand shifter I'm going to pop away as well. I know these aren't in the right place. I do apologise, Mushy. I am just throwing them in there because I just want to clear some space at the moment, and I'll come back to this. Why can't I get those in? I have got them in. Maroon ink. Yep, that's in. The Silosphere, the Catalyst, durable flux will sell. And we'll sell some of that and that. Okay, that's fine. Or make keys with a scribe and unlock them. Yep, that's another idea. But I do like the idea of the rogue being able to do it without using up things. But the rogue is also going to have inscription. So there will be something we can do here. Let's just... We'll use you, not you, you. We'll sell some of this stuff. So these things we've got here, these are all soulbound that we don't need now, so let's just vendor these. One of these we need to keep though, not the shoulders, and not that. I need to just keep an eye. Oh, we don't want that one. Oh, that's the... That's Azeroth. Shouldn't we have been able to scrap that? Fathom Stalker boots. Seafarer, Striders, also feet. All soulbound, so I'm just going to sell this for the moment. And those are the gloves that have got the crafting on. We don't sell those, so I made that mistake before. And the cape is also the same as this one. So I'm just going to keep on that one at the moment, because I like that one. So that's done, that's done, that's done. Do we need that? Adventurer's Guide. Probably not. Oh, we've got some more polished pet charms here. And Mark of Honour need to go to Earthen, so let's deal with those. Just a little bit of tidy up here, and then we can get on to dealing with all of these other bits and pieces. So the Mark of Honour, those can go to Earthen, send those. And the durable flux and things we need to sell. We borrow a merchant here. That durable flux, where has it gone? There we go, I don't want that. And then the polished pet charm I'm going to pop back in the bank. whilst I remember it. And then we can deal with that at another date. There we go. Salted dog crackers, we'll leave all of that. It gives us at least 43 spare there. So that should be enough for the moment. Keep the benthic, you can upgrade them. You can upgrade them, but it takes an awful lot of mana pearls. And the thing with benthic gear is you seem to have to roll lots and lots of different versions until you get the one you want with a socket. So for the benthic, I figured if it's not the right kind, I might as well sell it, because I have got better gear on me at the moment. But it isn't a bad idea. If you get a good bit of benthic gear that you'd like to keep, certainly. Right, let's go over to the mail. Check in on that. So let's deal with this whilst we're here. Let's get rid of the expires. Hopefully we'll be able to have enough space for all of this. And look at just the gold. Currently coming in at 36,000, which is pretty nice. It is a lottery for sure, yeah, definitely. Right, so we've got a couple of more mails to come through, so we'll wait for those. Actually, no, we'll do a reload. It's got 40 seconds. A reload will be quicker. How are you doing, Ori? Having his belly rubbed. Okay, let's go for the next lot. And okay, so sales of Jahwakening Alchemy, 36,000. Okay, that's a good start. What are the main sellers here? Battle Potion of Agility, Flask of Endless Fathoms we've done, a couple of Abyssal Healing Potions, so a little bit of everything. Lightfoot's in there, Intellect's a good one. So Intellect and Agility, I'm selling in stacks of 10 at the moment. They seem to be doing quite well. Okay, so I guess the next thing to do is post on all our auctions we currently have, and then see if we can get Silas proc, and see if there's anything more we need to make. Now that we've got some gold, how much gold have we got? 42,000. We can potentially, let's just run a post scan on this lot. We can potentially buy some more. It's mainly Zinathid and Anchorweed we need to buy, because my average buy price on Anchorweed is way too high. And there's a lot of other things I need to do on Jahwakening. I did realise that I'd gone round all of Nazjatar collecting up Zinathid, and I hadn't even bought the rank 1 of the Zinathid for Herbalism, which is a bit of a mistake. I've now since bought it, thankfully. So, looking at these, there's a lot of these that are posting below min price, so we're going to post them at min price. So that's okay. That's what I've set myself up for the moment, just because I've added a little margin in there just to make sure that my min price isn't too low. The main problem I have here is because my Anchorweed and Zinathid prices are a little bit high at the moment. Hello Barwarus, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. I'm doing very well, thank you very much. How about yourself? I hope you're having a lovely week of gold making. We're just going through our alchemy at the moment. So there is a fair amount at different prices here. The Unbridled Fury is above max price, so it does seem to really fluctuate. There's a few undercutting competitions though, so that should be reasonable. So let's get rid of all of these. Let's post them all on. And then we need to do a little bit, oh there's a couple missing there. We need to do a little bit of shopping here for BfA herbs. And what we're looking for is the Zinathid and Anchorweed mainly, and see if I can get my averages down on it. If I can get my averages down, then that's always going to be useful in terms of making a greater profit. So currently, Zinathid here at 59, at 90% of my average buy price, which is currently at 66. So I'm going to try and get into a routine of buying Zinathid and Anchorweed when it's cheap. Anchorweed is currently expensive because my mat cost there is 260 and it's currently at 289. So Zinathid, how much can we buy up here? We've got 324. We always need a large quantity of this if we want to make a large quantity of potions. So I'm going to start with these. I'm going to keep an eye on my gold though, because I don't want to spend all of it at this stage. once we've got more gold in our coffers, then we'll have more flexibility to be able to buy up in large chunks. How often do I repost my auctions throughout the week? I let most of them run out the 48 hours, and I try and catch them before they expire. So every 2 days I'll make sure I do a relist. And then the only thing I do a particular cancel scan every time is those enchants that I did at the beginning of this session, because I know that they sell frequently. What's my kitty saying? This is Oreo and Catitude. He's also known as Fluffmorn, but he's basically one big ball of fluff. Aren't you, Aries? I'd set up all your groups in TSM after some idiot deleted your folder. That idiot may have been me. Man from Del Monte, you should be able to have them backed up on your TSM profile. Under the app, you should be able to double click on your backup. Let's say, for example, like this, you go to your backup here and you double click on one of these, then it will get resynced up with TSM. I don't think that's a premium only feature. Make frequent appearances to your streams well. Yes, I expect with a name like Catitude they're going to. But yeah, cats are kind of like obligatory additions to streams. I do dogs as well, but sadly we don't have one at the moment. Not yet. So let's carry on buying some of this. Currently at 30,000 gold. So we're okay so far. Ooh, that's jumped down to 15,000 gold. That took a big jump. So these are costing me, how much are they costing me per, they cost me 3,000 per 50. Okay, we're getting our average down, which is good, but I don't want to go too low beyond that, so let's stop there. Let me just check my stock levels of all of these other things. 400, 400, 700, 500 and 1,000, that's fine for now. Basically on getting them a little couch so they can chill next to you. Yeah, definitely. No problem, man from Del Monte. There's always little things like that that catch me out. Instead of taking them over your bed. Well, cats will still take over your bed. They are of a mind of their own. Okay, so we're done there. Let's buy up all of that Zinathid. That's a decent amount now. So we've got 862 Zinathid. Reducing our mat cost. It was at 66. Now with all of this bought, let's have a look at what the price is now. We're currently at 62, so that's a little bit better. We could do with less, but that's a good start, certainly. Anchorweed would be another good one if we can do that. What's in this? A germinating seed. Grows a carnivorous lasher when planted in fertile soil within the coral cove. Oh, okay. Right, let's check, see if we can get a Silas proc going. Let me just check I've got the right gloves on, if we're going to do this. Gloves, we need those gloves. And then let's check the Silas sphere, and today we are going to get a Potion of Prosperity. There we go. So, we can now use this for a 10-minute buff and think about what we can make with this. So, let's have a look. Before I start the potion off, let's have a quick look at what we can make. We can make a fair amount of the rank 3s here. And Lightfoot Potion. Draft of Deception, we're missing the Sand Shifter. Okay, so I need to go and get those back out of the guild vault. I'll pop those in there, just so I've got some options. Now, it was Strength and Intellect potions that we sold a fair few of. So let's just go over and get that Sand Shifter. Just going to take that back. There we go. So if I were to use my alchemy group and its current stage, it still needs a little bit of fleshing out in terms of its crafting queue and things like that. Let me just check my Mighty Caravan and check my auctions so we can see them all there. So if we were to restock on these, and I said 55 crafts of each, which is quite a large amount. I think I did reduce it down from 55 though. So currently we are suggesting that we make all of these at the moment. Not taking into account minimum profit on these though. So what we really want to do is have a look at which ones are the good profits and a good sale rate. So I'm going to clear this queue for the moment. Let's put in a few things. I haven't actually started the potion yet, so we've got time for this. So we can probably make some more abyssal healing potions. How many have we got at the moment? 36. So let's add another 10 into the queue. And then the next thing down, Unbridled Fury. We have currently 50 auctions on at the moment, so I already have a reasonable number of those. Agility, we've sold 29. We don't currently have any on looking at that, so we definitely need to make some of those. So let's add in a craft of 20 of those. I'm doing this manually at this current stage until I've got my my groups finalised. This is my best way of dealing with the Silas buff as and when I get it. And these are 0.37. So intellect was a good one. We did sell a few of those. We sold 42 of those. So let's add another 20 into that queue. And that one's the stamina. We've got 15 on the auction house. A terrible sale rate at the moment though, so we'll leave that. Same with that one. And then this one, that's the battle potions, we'll ignore those. We want the rank 3s mainly. Draft of Deception is the next best one, 0.37. We have 34 on the auction house. We've sold one. It says I've sold one 68 days ago, so that's a long way off. Lightfoot, we know we sold one recently. We sold 42. We've currently got 27 on, so maybe let's add 5 into the queue for those. Making sure I've still got enough mats for all of these. Now the greater flasks do vary here. So currents is currently a profit. So looking at that, and we've got 20, we sold 20, 4 days ago was the last one, 35 on the auction house. So let's maybe add another 5 into that. And then the Vast Horizons, slightly less sale rate, but it is a good profit. We currently have 30 on the auction house. Haven't sold any yet, so maybe we should leave those at the moment, and then we'll leave the rest. So that would be my ideal list of things I will want to craft. Once I've automated this will be a lot easier to deal with. But for now, this will work as we've got the proc. So we go through into our bags. There's our bags gone. There they are. And where's the potion? We'll get the buff. And then we should be able to just make all of these. We should have everything. So let's start with those. So we've got a plus ×2 there. ×3. Not many procs there. Let's try the Superior Battle Potion. There's a ×2. Now we're stuck, so I think TSM needs to work out what we've got and what we haven't got. What are we missing? We should have everything for this. So let's do a reload. It might be just that it can't craft in multiples and it gets stuck on the second lot of multiples. So sometimes just a reload will fix this. Let's have a look. Some deep science. It does take a little bit of working out, certainly. So this should hopefully now carry on. Yep, there we go. So a ×2, ×2, a ×5 there. That was good. A ×2, another ×2, another ×5. Getting lucky with these procs. Another ×2, ×3s. Okay, so the intellects, let's do these next. ×3, ×2. Just keep an eye on that buff actually. 9 minutes left, plenty of time. There'll come a point when I'll really struggle with this in the time frame, but then you get another slot in another 10 minutes, so it's not too bad. That was a nice ×5 there in the Potion of Intellect. And then a Lightfoot Potion. I'm going to be doing another video on the last of this alchemy sometime soon this week. If I can maybe record it on Wednesday, then hopefully we'll be able to finish that series on just the BfA alchemy, because I think we're in a good state at the moment. Okay, not much luck with the Greater Flask of the Currents, but we did make quite a few things there. How are we doing for stock levels? Zinathid, we still have 422 left. Anchorweed, where is my Anchorweed? Is it in my reagent bank? It must be. Let's have a look. And we can do a transmute herbs to anchors actually. Let's do that now whilst we're here. Use your daily cooldown. We also need, let's have a look, where's the Anchorweed? Does any of this use Anchorweed? Probably the Greater Flasks, if I was to guess. There we go. So we currently have 39 left in the bank. Okay, so we need to watch out for that. And our mat cost is really quite high at 262. So we need to watch out for that one. More Anchorweed is useful, but as we get 10 in our bag, I'm not counting these in my prices just yet. I'm not sure how to account for those. I'll probably think of them just as a bonus. And we're currently at 14 Expulsum. If I want to get a decent trinket, I can make this one down here, the Abyssal Alchemist Stone, which is a 410 trinket. I just need 30 Expulsum and 50 Anchorweed. Okay, so we need to get some more Anchorweed if we're going to do that. And probably get Samadan or Earthen to send over some green braces will be the best way to get some Expulsum that way. We could do the transmute to Expulsum here, but that uses Anchorweed and it's more expensive that way to do it that way. So I might leave that. But with those potions made, let's get them on the auction house, see if we can generate some sales. So we'll go through and post those on. We've already got a load on anyway. So let's have a look, see what we've got. Okay, so there are some cheap ones of the Undertow and the Currents and the Lightfoot. So we'll only sell if those sell. We're not in a financial position to reset markets on these. So at the moment I'm just leaving them as they are. But others we're doing okay here. Undercutting competition on there, on the agility. So that's 293 as a crafting cost. And that one's a 294 crafting cost, so those prices are decent. Okay, let's pop those on. Posting them up in stacks of 10 if I can, and then dividing them after that. Okay, so that's done with the Silas proc, which is pretty cool. We need to then check a few things. How are we doing for... Now we could get Proudmoore Admiralty, we could get an item level 405 by doing that. Probably do with doing that on Samadan as well. But the other thing I'm very interested in doing is my Herbalism skill, which currently I don't have very many rank 2s or 3s here. I just picked up the Zinathid, and now this drop Carnivorous Lasher. Is that the thing that I can summon with that thing that I just picked up? Where was it? This. Germinating Seed grows a Carnivorous Lasher when planted in fertile soil within the Coral Grove. So if I do that one, yeah, exactly as Blacksvimir said, that's the thing to do, and then that will give me the rank 2, hopefully. Now I do believe you had to have done a quest first, which is why I've got that. So let's go and check, see if we can do that. Because you don't want to be phased out of it, like you do with the Leather Worker and the Dredged Leather rank 2s, and the Will It Lure quest, phasing you out the first time you do that. I need to do that on Earthen actually. I was reading up about that today. But let's go have a look. Also, you don't need the quest. Okay, excellent. I'm not sure if I did the quest, I can't remember. So where would we go for this? We've got a couple of benthic things here. Blue runes there, and Murloc Mayhem there. But I think we're okay for benthic gear now. We could get some reputation from Chomp, That could be interesting. So where was it? Let's have a look. Where did it say we had to do this? Soil within the coral grove. When planted in fertile soil within the coral grove. Germinating seed. Let's have a look. We'll have to go to the internets for that one. Have to find out where that is. Let's do a search for germinating seed coral grove. So item World of Warcraft. That's going to give me coordinates, isn't it? Around 5442. Yeah, I fortunately can't do coordinates very well. What would be really good if I had a map. That's the most useful for me. 5441 takes the wrong side of a large piece of coral. From there you just can't see the soil. From Tom. Okay, let's have a look. Oh, Pathfinder, thank you very much for the 300 bits. That's amazing. Thank you very much. Next to Utama's flight path. Okay, thank you, man from Delmonte. A good description like that. But thank you very much, Pathfinder. That's really kind of you. Let's see some Pierres and Oreos and Fruitasaurs in. Thank you very much. Very kind of you. Let's go have a look. So, Utama's flight path. Which one's Utama? Is that's this one over here. Okay. So let's go and have a look. And also, whilst we go over there, let's go see if we can find some herbs. Let's follow my routes as we have them. Head off in this general direction. Near the circular aisle to the northeast. Oh, no problem, Pathfinder. I'm glad you found them useful. Just going to fly. Ignore everything. I forgot to pick up my follower, actually. There's coral over here. Circular lake. Okay. Let's just go over here. We're missing this one. Found by the benthic here from a good source of Umbra shards. Oh, right. Yeah. Do you get some veil crystals as well with them as well? I'd imagine you do. Oh, that was the thing that did the thing. Let me have a look. Where am I? So, near the lake here. So, we would be looking for a bit of soil here somewhere, I imagine, that's we can click on. Would be my thoughts here. When did I do the Lasher last time? I remember doing the quest, and I thought it was over here somewhere. If I remember rightly. When I did a quest that involved something over there. But maybe I'm getting it mixed up with the wrong one. So I'm imagining I should see a sparkly thing somewhere. Or can I just place it anywhere? Coral Grove. It just says Coral Grove. So maybe we can just try it somewhere. If we click on it. It has to glow on the map. Okay. You flew right over it, but didn't look like the soil was there. Oh, right. Was it this area over here? This was the one I was thinking of. If I remember correctly. So let's see if there's anything we need to do here. Let's see if we can just clear some space. Because I did the quest before. Exactly there. Okay. The soil's not always up. Right. So we may have to come back to this one. So we have to have the actual soil itself, do we? In order to grow it. Oh, we can actually gather herbs on these. That's interesting. We need the right gloves for this, though. Where's my crafting gloves? Those ones. Not crafting gloves, my herbalism gloves. There we go. Getting better at my bear druid. I am literally still button mashing. I have had some practice though, but that is the main thing I do. Right, so if we leave this for the moment, there's other things I can do. We've got summons from the depths. We've got some Zinathid around here. Can't really do either of these, so I'd have to leave here and come back, I think, if I wanted to do something, because I do have some other herbalism quests to deal with. We've got breaking the food chain, freshwater snappers, can't teach an empty stomach. So some of these will be useful if we do a few of these as well. Lucky I'm not doing the rank 2 mining boss. Oh right, what's that one like? Is that a tough one? So without this here, let's go and rethink what we need to do. So let's have a look at herbalism. So breaking the food chain. Take the portal to the Paralis. Freshwater snapper slain. So whereabouts is that? Let's go through here and have a look. Let's head back this way. See if we can pick up some herbs along the way. Just have a quick look. See if we saw anything. There we are. The summoning crystal used to bug out as well, right? Yeah, it does seem to be a particular issue with some of the quests, isn't it? Oh, there's something down there. Let's pick some up whilst we can. Now before, when I've been doing all the Zinathid, I've been only getting 1 or 2 with rank 0. So it'll be interesting to see what I can get with ranks 2 and 3 when I get there. I think I've missed it. Hold on. Where am I? That's not the map. Yeah, we need to go this way. There it is. Okay. Sabira Boran, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. I'm doing very well so far. Markets have been doing well for me. We're starting in alchemy now, as well as enchanting, tailoring and leatherworking. So really enjoying that. Right. You get about 4 with rank 3. Okay. Okay, so it's at least double. That'll be good, definitely. Always when you see you play a druid, you want to play the game 24/7. Yeah, I mean, I do like the convenience of the druid. I still like Samadan as my main. I don't think I'll ever change from that. So where do we need to actually go for this quest? Let's have a look. So, freshwater snapper. Oh, it's just over here. So let's go do this one as we're here. Then we can come back to Nazjatar, see if we can deal with that a little bit later. So we're always trying to think about progression. What can we do to make things more efficient and better? So obviously getting our herbalism skills will be useful. Usually with my herbalism, I don't go out of my way to farm something, but I will go and pick things up if they're on my way to somewhere else. So I don't actually know what I need to grab here. So let's have a look. He looks so flat. He is. He's just stretching out at the moment. Aren't you, Oreos? He's enjoying his comforts. It's been so hot for him. Bless him. He struggled. He struggled with the heat. You have a 6-page Word document of to-do list. Yeah, exactly. On your server, you can't make any profit with flasks. It's a tricky one for sure. I think it really is down to getting a decent amount of a decent price on your things like Zinathid and Anchorweed, and then oh, there we go, freshwater snapper. Looks like we need to deal with these. Sorry, Mr. Snapper. I'm going to have to partake of a little. We just have to kill them, actually. That's okay, that's easy enough. I'll keep pressing the wrong button. I mean to do bear, which is number 3. Oh, yeah. He does. Especially when he's splayed like that. Sorry, Oreo, that's not the best of positions. let's carry on. We can do some good herbalism here at the same time, which is quite nice. And then pick up the snappers. This is so much easier now that we have flying. Yeah, we've got 2 as well, Catitude. We have Oreo here, who is the main stream cat. We used to have Cookie for quite a while, back with our old setup. Cookie tends to come around in the winter time. She tends to sleep on the sofa behind me. There is where let's ignore that. Where Cookie tends to sleep, but she only tends to come down of a winter time. Right, where are we? Let's carry on round. Where's some snappers? Feel like I'm missing some here. There's one. Oops, that's the wrong button. Let's go back there. There we go. That's better. Not jealous of the flying at all. It will come in time, and it will be all the more glorious once you get it, Will. It's the main thing. I could do with bunching these up somehow. I imagine there's one. They do seem to be quite spread out, though. If I take that one and that one, any more around? There's one over here, sleeping. We've got some extras in for the fun of it, but we'll deal with them all. Better to round them up as one. Let's move that way so we can see everyone. There we go. That's a little bit better. Excuse me. Okay, so you're all done, and that's 7 snappers slain. That sounds like a nursery rhyme. There's a couple more here. Yeah, it's better if we round them up, I think. Then we can do them in a group. It's more efficient that way, I think. And then we'll come back and have a look at that Najatar later, once we've done that. Faye XXZ, thanks ever so much for the follow. Hope you're doing well. It's a real shame I haven't got skinning as well. Let's go flying, and oh, we've got some herbs here. What have we got? You're just there. We can ignore you whilst we're here. Get some Riverbird, and then snappers. There's one. There's another one. There's some herbs over here as well, so we might as well position ourselves correctly. And there's a couple of snappers over there. We'll pick those up in a moment. Once we've dealt with all of you, let's just keep you facing forward. There we go. Adam Ward, thank you very much for the follow. Hope you're doing well this fine Sunday evening. Oh, we only need 3 more. That's not bad. We'll take those, and then we'll take that one, and then that one. Oh, there's another one further on. That's going to be easier. And then we can take the 3 in one go. Let's position myself here. And get all of these going at once, and then that will be this part of the quest complete. Okay, so snappers slain. Let's pick up that herb whilst we're here. And then that will be ready to hand in. Now what else? Oh, it's not too far away. Let's go and do this one whilst we're here. We'll fly back. That's easy enough to do. There's a chest down there. Let's carry on actually. How populated is my server? I would say it's roughly medium pop. So it's Shadow Song is twinned with Azuna. So it's just the 2 servers connected together. And I would say medium would be a good representation of its population. Certainly from my sort of like feel of it in terms of people playing versus competition that I have, most of my auctions I can list for less, for 48 hours and not have to repost them on, and not have a huge amount of competition. Of course, I will still get undercut. Debating switching servers to try and make more gold. You're on a US server, Storm Rage, and you get undercut constantly. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things, isn't it? How much wedded are you to that one server, really? And are you going to be more efficient? And it depends on your play style. I mean, there's still gold to be had, but it all depends on how often you play and what you can get from it, really. Thought we were on the same realm class. 100% you met you in person at the Stranglethorn auction house a couple of times. Could very much be. I know there's quite a few in this cluster. And I used to spend a lot of time in Booty Bay. It was good fun there. Okay, so we're getting Riverbird rank 3, which is cool. So that's one more done. So, not alchemy, and herbalism. So, let's have a look. So, Zinathid, Akunda's Bite. That's from a fully charged lightning rod, Voldun. Anchorweed, I will need that. Seeking more knowledge in Tiragard Sound. Have we got that one? This one here. A treatise on Anchorweed. Seeking more knowledge. So we need to go all the way over here. Oh, right. Okay, that's a dungeon we need to do. We need to go over to Waycrest and do that one. That's going to be an interesting one. We could possibly do that one if people are interested in doing a dungeon. So we have to retrieve the treaty and then Gorak Tool slain. Am I going to play WoW Classic? I will play it a little bit, but I will still mainly stay on BfA. Help you after 10 in 45 minutes. Okay, Mushy. Should be around then, so we can probably come back for that one. You come for a quick run on my Demon Hunter you need. Okay, thank you, Mel from Delmonte. Let's have a look. I mean, it'd be a fairly quick run, wouldn't it, to be doing that one? I do need that. Hold on, let me see if I can do one. Commands, add command. Actions, where's the command thing? Command. Do I have to add the thing in? I think I do. Classic. Yes. A little bit. Let's try that. Try that one. Classic. Yes, a little bit. There we go. That should work now. Brilliant. Good suggestion there, Commander Bond. What else did I miss there? Will they add content to Classic, or is it going to stay vanilla forever? I don't know. They're going to go through phases, so they'll be introducing things as we go, I'm pretty sure. I don't know whether it's going to be more expansions, but certainly certain phases within vanilla. I think price is going to go even lower, possibly, with most people going to Classic. Yeah, I've got no idea really what's going to happen. It's going to be interesting, that's for sure. Anchorweed's gone way down. Used to be in the 200 range, now more like 110. Yeah, I mean, there is that natural decline in everything as time goes on. So whilst I'm here, actually, I'm going to just quickly check that soil area in Nazjatar again. Actually, no, let's check another quest. We've nearly done with pollen punching. And gathering mementos. What's that one? Search through patches of seaweed to find memento of a lost sailor. Where? What kind of seaweed? Just any seaweed? Sea stalks, perhaps? Yeah, it will be sea stalks, won't it? So if we do sea stalks, can be down here and all across here. That should get me a few. So let's head off in that direction, see if we can find some. Everyone will be broke for a few days in Classic. No one will have gold. Yeah, it's going to be funny, isn't it? Until people start actually getting a lot higher. I'm really interested to follow the markets of Classic and the gold situation within the game. So I'll certainly have a look. Bit scared that too many people focus more on Classic and BfA. We will play even less. Yeah, I really don't know how it's going to go. There's definitely a palpable hype for people wanting to play Classic, but let me just check here. There's some Sea Stalk here. Let's go through here. Let's get some Sea Stalks, and I saw another one over here somewhere. Pretty sure it's disappeared though. We'll go down here. We'll follow the river area. I think it'll be the easiest. Where's that? Is it up or is it down? Ah, it's around the back. Star moss we might as well pick up anyway, and there's another one down here. Don't see any actual things for the Sea Stalk yet. There's a load of stuff here. That's on the tree. Sometimes this is hard to spot. Sometimes you have to hit the ground as well, which is harder. There we go. That's the pollen. I was imagining I'd get the same as that for the Sea Stalk, but I haven't seen it yet. Must be on the other side here. There it is. There's another Sea Stalk down here. Loads of herbs around here, in fact. Is it one of these things that you have to keep on just picking up? Classic markets used to run on people not knowing, maybe about 80% of your totals because people didn't know where to find things and where to find information. Yeah, that is true. It's a very different game because that kind of thing just won't be around so much. Sniping will basically be the cat's pyjamas in vanilla. Yeah, it will be interesting. Very interesting, certainly. Nice little route for farming around there. Is it, Will? Certainly, just following this river seems to be a whole load of herbs along here. So, it's certainly worth pursuing, especially as mobility's no longer an issue. I saw another one there, but I'm going to follow this river down. So in terms of Sea Stalk, we need to go further for that. We need to go around the other end. This is mainly river bud. Something up here. The ones that are on the trees. Those are really hard to see sometimes. But we have got, there we go, there's the pollen punching. So with that done, we will get Siren's Pollen rank 3, which is brilliant. We need to just head over this direction, I think, for the Sea Stalks, because there's loads of them over there. So let's go have a look at that. Oh, might as well pick things up whilst we go. Will help with my my nodes information. There we are. This is easier to find, the white on the white, because the sparklies are quite easy to spot. The good thing about being able to do this with Herbalism is you can pick it up and rush out of the way. It's not too much of a problem. Oh, that's Anchorweed. That was lucky. Okay, let's carry on. We need to go further over this direction, I think. Yeah, a bit more to the left. There's something up there. Let's get it up the top. Don't want to miss that one. So we actually got 5 Anchorweed. That was really good. Yeah, it's a lot easier once you got flying. in terms of farming routes. Oh, that's one of those cauldron things. I haven't done one of these. Oh, I did one. So what do we do with a cauldron? No, that's not the cauldron. Where's the cauldron? Yeah, no, there it is. Over there. Altering the cauldron. What happens here? I've not done one of these before. Nothing seems to happen. You receive item mystical cauldron. Oh, fantastic. Okay. That binds to the Blizzard account, so it saves me having to make one. Oh, that was it. The last time I did it, I got some. I got a potion. Isn't it? You get a random potion each time you do it. Right. Okay. So this is where I'd like to get something, but I was expecting to get something extra with these, like I did with the other one. So maybe I'm missing something in the quest. Let me just have a look around. Oh, here we go. Is this something? Flotsam. There we go. Gathering mementos. Right, okay, so we're going to have to clear the way, I think, here. This is what we wanted. Okay. Let's just deal with everything here whilst we're on the surface, and then we'll be able to do all these bits and pieces. I figured there was going to be something, but I didn't actually read the quest text. Maybe if I'd read the quest text it would have told me what to do. But at least whilst we're here we can clear all of this, search these. Thankfully travel form again makes this a lot easier. Let's go somewhere over here where it's less populated. Is it just wreckage? I feel like I'm missing something here. Oh, there we go. Sailor's Cutlass. Okay, so we got that. And what was the other thing we need here? Gathering mementos, Lane Snapper. Can't teach on an empty stomach. So that's all the way over here. Let's go over that way. That one should be easier. Brilliant, thank you, Mount of Diamante. That works. But yes, Quintus, I will be. We are currently going to be just doing a little bit, though. That's the main thing. The main thing is going to be focusing on BfA, because that's where I want to carry on making gold. That's my main focus in the game. That's where I find, for me, the most fun. Don't think I've ever flown this way. This mountain looks cool. Don't even remember going across here. Okay, across here. I've got to go all the way over there. It's quite a journey. See if we can get some herbs along the way. Might as well make the journey profitable. Although I'm not sure there's many herbs around here. This looks very desolate. I should really be going near the low ground. Oh, I didn't realise that mountain was so high. Oh, there was something. Winter's Kiss. Squirrel. Let's go avoid this. Rather not avoid it, let's go find this. Let's go a bit further down so we can pick up some herbs as we go. Hopefully there'll be something. Right, where's that? There it is, on the building. That's really hard to get that star moss sometimes. So hopefully eventually I will get... Where is it? Oh, there it is. Sea stalks. Then we can skip all that bit. Farmer True, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Hope you're doing well.
If there's one thing I've learned about dealing with Naga,
Naga attack. This is a This is a Tortollan quest, isn't it? No, Order of the Embers. I was just thinking I could get 3 of these quite easily whilst I'm here. What have we got? Night Horrors, Order of the Embers. That's Proudmoore Admiralty. Let's leave those for now. Let's not get diverted. Let's carry on. Okay, where are the herbs here? Down here. And there's another one over here. And then we can jump back onto our route. Nearly got diverted into a different thing there. Right, where's that gone? Ah, it's on the tree. What's it doing up there? That's hard to catch. Yeah, 5 siren spotted though. That's decent. Watched my deep dive on enchanting today, 3rd time or so. Hey Zoran, how are you? And switched up some groups for enchants. Made about 50 enchants, all sold today. Oh, fantastic! I'm glad that worked out. Sounds good. I'm doing very well, thank you, Farmer Troop. We're just going through. Oh, I missed one there. We're going through and collecting herbs whilst also finishing the Herbalism Quests to get ourselves the rank 3s that we need. We might go off and do a little bit of... we need to do Waycrest Manor a bit later for the Anchorweed one. And we need to go back and check Najitar for the one for the Zinathid rank 2. That's the one I'm kind of most interested. Okay, that's a big mountain. Are we going? Yeah, going round that one. Can you even get up that? I've never seen up this. Let's have a quick explore. I've never been up to the top of this. This is like in Legion going up to the top of the high mountain one. Is there an actual real path up here? Mount Cortis. Leveled up engineering now with about 120 expulsum. But it's worth it as you're selling the hunter weapon enchants now. Excellent! And jump off. Yeah, I did that with a little bit of grass here. Oh dear, there's a dead demon hunter. And first. Okay, I'm not the first one here. Oh wow, this is really high, isn't it? Okay, let's carry on and dive. I'm not going to jump off. It'll be far too messy. So we can get over here. Can't teach on an empty stomach. We'll do that, and then we'll head back, and then we'll head over to Najitar and do that. Need to say dive in a Brian Blessed voice. Yes. Dive! Not quite as deep as Brian Blessed though. And then we'll play some Queen music and shout, "Go Flash, go!" That's one of the first films I remember seeing at the cinema. Many, many, many years ago. It always well remembered in my mind now. Oh, we missed one. What did we have? Siren Song. Take some of that. Carry on here. So, what do we need here? Gulls. Untied Enforcers. Lane snappers we need. Do we need to fish or do we need to kill? What's the deal here? Let's read the quest text. Herbal adventure were to fish up some lane snapper from the ocean just behind me. I would owe them something in return. Okay. You just buy some off the auction house, you don't mind. Oh, right. Oh dear. I could have actually just bought some. Why it specifically said to go over here, it must have been part of the quest over here. I would have been better off buying those on the auction house after that incredibly long journey. He'll save every one of us. Yeah, exactly. Good evening, Rasheen. Oh, Rasheen, I don't think I've still got it. Where is it? I've got it. Oh, there we go. Silas Potion of Prosperity. There we go. How are you? I hope you're doing well. At least you could enjoy the view. Exactly. Sorry, I couldn't resist. Right, I think we might... Oh, we can't even Hearthstone back. And I'm not going to fish for the lane snapper because that's going to take too long. You know what I'll do is I'll get a flight point and then I can stretch my legs at the same time. Where was that flight point? I could see one a minute ago, but I don't think I've unlocked it or something, because these are all looking very oh no, unless you're a flight point. Yes, you are. Okay, so let's take flight all the way back and we'll go to the auction house. There we go. You know you're in trouble when it's silence. When someone says, "How are you?" "Fine." But nice, you've got the tools of the trade. Now stop letting it go to waste. We did make some earlier before you got here. I did make a whole load of stuff. And so it's on the auction house now. We're basically just trying to see what kind of sales we get before I start committing to certain numbers. We have a fair amount on the auction house already. Where is my alchemy? So we still can make a few of them, but some of the bigger stuff, we have got a decent amount on. 41 of those, about 50 odd of each thing on the auction house at the moment. Pretty busy IRL stuff, so 0 gold making. Oh, that's sorry to hear, but IRL does sometimes take its time. So hopefully you'll be able to get back into the gold making scene soon enough. But good to hear you're alright. Oh, there's a cauldron there I missed. That was a problem with not flying. I can't stop along the way. I did, yes, Zoran. I haven't done a final video on it yet, but I've got all the rank 3s I needed. I managed to get my Waveblade and Cohen. I've literally just got it into Revered just now. So I did that yesterday, I think. And I had to do a fair few of the Elite Naga before I got the final rank 3 of that to drop. The Mechagon ones obviously were very easy. So I was pleasantly surprised with those. In the meantime, your competitors just found out how much more gold they can make when you're not around, which is not a good thing. Well, everyone has their time and their moments. Let them enjoy it whilst you're off, and then I'm sure once you're back, you can carry on reinstating the natural order of things. So we've done the gathering mementos. We're going to buy the lane snapper, as I didn't read the text. It's my own fault on that. I don't know how much lane snapper is at the moment. It was really expensive for a while. Let's have a quick look. So lane snapper, actually it's not too bad, 24 gold. 51 auction. We actually got 150 in the guild vault, so let's go pick those up. Save us buying them. Let's pick them up. So let's go through here and go through here. So lane snapper will be here somewhere. There we go. We only needed 7, so that's a bit excessive. We'll put the rest back once we're done. Don't mind them making gold, just don't like them knowing how much there is to be made because it raises their motivation. Fair enough. Okay, so let's go over here and we can hand these in. Gathering mementos. We've got that one. So Sea Stalk is. So hold on. Can't teach on an empty stomach. Oh dear. You know where the hand-in was? The hand-in was all the way over there. I should have bought it over there and found a mailbox nearby. Oh, what a mistake to make. Actually, I had the lane snapper in the guild vault. I could have picked it up with the guild bank. Oh, is that why he was yelling in chat? Oh, right. Sorry, Danny, I completely missed that. I've just scrolled up and seen it. Bye from the Orkshans. The turn-in is there. I completely missed that, Danny. You should have said, well, you did say. You should have said repeatedly, jumping up and down. Oh dear. Well, we can all have fun at that one. Right. So, what should I do? Shall I get a flight back? I think I will. That'll be easier. That way I can stretch my legs again. We might as well. Actually, no. What I'll do before I go over there, let's go back to Nazjatar and have a look at whether that Zinathid patch has reappeared, and we can see if we can do that part of the quest. So let's go over here. Should remember where the coral is. It's over this direction. It's slightly higher towards that lake. That should get us done. See if there's any Zinathid on the way. Let's go low so we can pick up any that we might see. Alright, okay, so it was down here and it's still not here. Can we not actually use it without it, it would seem? That is a shame if we can't. Okay. Right, so that's a no-go, unfortunately. Let's head on back. You can do it without doing the quest. Can you? Do you actually need... Can you just click on the thing? Let me just check. Let's go back. If there's no ground there, can I still summon it? Let me just try this. So what I wanted was this one, germinating seed. No, I can't click on it to do anything. The soil has to be there, yeah. That's the main problem, isn't it? Okay. Well, we'll have to come back to that another time. Because I believe I've done the quest, so the quest is done. So I shouldn't be phased out or anything weird like that, so it should be just a question of waiting for the soil to be there when it's turned back in. You can do if you like, Zerath, but honestly I don't mind coming back at a later date. There's plenty more things we can be doing, like flying all the way back to the place where the hand-in is. So we've got stuff we can be doing. And then we can maybe go and have a look at Waycrest Manor after that. I have war mode off at the moment. Oh, you're ready as well, Mushy? Okay, fantastic. Well, shall we fly over in that direction? I can do the hand-in that I needed to do. And then we can set something up for a group in Waycrest Manor, if people are interested in doing a little dungeon. Let's go on over here. Right, there we go. Let's carry on here. Who wants to come too? Excellent, fantastic. The more the merrier. Mythic, of course. Okay, we'll try it. What would you like me to be? DPS, tank, or... Oh, no, I better not be tank. I better be DPS, shouldn't I? Or healer. I could try healing, but I've got my voodoo back, but I haven't really tested it out yet. Bored of killing Horde and Mechagon. All three. Yeah, I'll just alternate between them all. I think I'll be safest, even though I'm least effective as a boomkin. I'm not sure my tanking skills in dungeons are up to it. I'm alright solo as a tank. I prefer to be a healer, but I haven't got my voodoo set up, so I wouldn't feel like I'm healing that well. But if anyone else would like to come in and give it a go, we'll try it on Mythic, see what happens. What I'll do is I'll set up a group. Hold on, I'll add... Whoops, wrong one. Hold on, let me just click on there. And we'll add you in. There we go. We are already set to Mythic, which is cool. So put that down there. And then if you want to bring hubby in, and then I'll make a... We got what we have, one more spot. 2 more spots available if anyone does want to join in. There we go, accept that. Hold on, let me just move this across. And then we could do that. Click that. Add friend. There we go, that should be easier. Send request. What do we need the Hydra cores for? It depends, there's lots of different things. Then it needs to switch character. We'll see how we go. See if we can find anyone else in. You've got a keystone, an 8 keystone. I don't know whether I'm quite so good for that. The Hydra cores, let me just have a look, are useful for things like, we needed that in the mystical cauldron, in order to make one of those for the taking your monk for Luxo. Not ready for that. No, definitely. Can, but only DPS spec. Well, I think we could do with only joking. Okay, brilliant. Phew. There we go. Let's me add in the group. I'm going to go in as, hold on, pre-made groups, and custom, starter group, we'll call it Samadan Plays Well. So, first come, first serve basis. Anyone who wants to join in, they're more than welcome. Oop, straight in there. I am on EU Alliance. That's right, that's here. There we go. And we need a tank. I could try tanking. If we don't manage to get one. What could possibly go wrong? I can button mash like everyone else. Hey Lizard, how are you? Oh, there we go, one more in. There we go, and we have a tank. Fantastic. There we go. So that's everyone. I'll delist it. Thank you very much. Okay, cool, excellent. So I will change spec. Hold on, before I forget. Let's go balance. Activate. Oh, I'm flying. Okay, activate that. Oh, let me do the quest whilst I'm here. Let me forget that. Real Alpha, thank you very much for the follow. Hope you're doing well. Whisper in my ear with Discord. I'm not sure whether I'll be able to concentrate on both at the same time, but we'll see how we get on with the chat at the moment. Let's go with where's the hand in? There it is. Let's do that first. Where are you? Otherwise, the whole point of the flight wouldn't be useful. So lane snapper, And Winter's Kiss, rank 2. There we go. Fantastic. So let's head on up to Waycrest. And then that's done. This way you can bark orders and they have to type to respond. The hard part though is I'm not very good at orders. I'm mainly, oh there we go, a salmon. I'm mainly one who follows because I haven't really got a clue with a lot of these dungeons. So I'm usually the less experienced by far, certainly. Right, has everyone got a salmon? Let me just move this down so I can see everything. Let's just tuck that in the corner. And that down there. Then that should be okay. If everyone's here, we should be on Mythic already. I'm sure I saw it. Yep, we're set on to Mythic. So I'm going to try and... Is this going to be Mythic 0? Will be the best, I'm imagining. We'll see how we get on. Alright, if we're ready, we'll jump inside. So Waycrest Manor, last time I did this was, oh, here we go, Emissary for War. Well, let's click Accept now for the moment. I don't think I've actually must have done this as a, as Jahwakening. Must have done this as Samadan for the Uin's Enchanting Rod as the main thing. We need to be Boomkin. And then we can be ready, and then we can start mashing buttons and pretend that I know how to DPS. See, my main problem here is not having a macro for targeting the next person. So I end up not focusing on them. I need to set that up at one point. That should be easier. Yeah, I'm using tab at the moment. I've got that at the moment. It's quite easy. It's right next to me to tab people, but for some reason it's not quite, because what I end up doing is the way I've got my button mashing finger is my little finger isn't quite on the tab. So in order to be able to do it, I have to actually sort of like contort my finger down a little bit, which isn't quite as comfortable, which is why I've been looking into different mice or keyboard attachments that will make that arrangement a little bit easier for me, especially with this keyboard that I've got here, because I don't want to be having to keep looking down at it at the moment, because the main numbers I'm using, 1, 2, 3, 4, are pretty much there within reach, but then I don't tend to have my finger on the W very easily. So a single tab and then the buttons works quite well like that. I haven't got that as a item, so we need to drag that down to here. I've got that. That might be useful. There we go. GER, definitely underrated. QER, yes. I use Q for my. Yeah, I don't use E and R very much. I've got E set to my dark flight, which is probably not very useful. The main thing I want to do is have it in a configuration that's going to be a lot easier to shift, because what I'm doing, I can feel myself moving my hand up and down rather than keeping my hand in one place. Don't think I meant to pull that. There we go. There we go. Here goes the piglets. Oink. to move back a little bit here. Who wants some bacon? And there's plenty available here. And then I forget to press tab once the once one's dead, because then I have to move my hand off a little bit, which is where the slight issue is. Oh, very nearly pulled the boss then. Best not tell anyone that though. Oh no, that's Entangling Roost. Oh, that's because I'm not in Moonkin form. There we go, that's better. See, that's the problem with not looking at my keyboard. Let's do that, do that. My son should really give me some advice on keyboard binds, because he plays a lot of different games and he always seems to pick up a very natural way of just playing. Although obviously having this keyboard on my lap isn't ideal either. Having a self-healing tank is definitely useful. Oh, should we do these oozlings? I guess we should. Move out of the way of green spilly stuff. Ooh, got stuck in that one. Didn't help. And then tank. I guess just burn this down will be quick enough. There we go. We don't have to worry about the ads there. Ooh, Ral's Bib, a 400 back. That's an upgrade.
You go on, find Lady Waycrest, settle the score.
Oh wow, brilliant. Thank you, Mashi, that's also an upgrade. I don't do PvP, so it doesn't care. Yeah, that's true. Oh, Mazel Tov, how are you? How's your family? Hope you're doing well. Thanks ever so much for stopping by. We need to do that little upgrade there. We're currently just running through Waycrest Manor to get ourselves the Anchorweed. Oh, we need to find out where that is actually. Read the treatise, wherever that's going to be. It needs to be somewhere. Been better? Excellent. Yeah, we're going for the... is this rank 2 or 3? I'm not sure. But we definitely need it. We need to up all our herbalism as best we can. There we are. Move that. Should we move out of the way here? What's that? Is that the vile pod? Destroy the immature pod. Are you sure you want to do this? Oops. Not sure I wanted to do that. But there we go. Cutting grass today. Horn attacked you. Stung 3 times. Ouch. Doesn't sound good. Hope you managed to get over that. That doesn't sound fun at all. So was that the thing we needed? No, that was just an extra. So I need to watch out for that treaty. Where was that? Let's go a little bit closer here. Do that, and get back into there. Do some damage if I can. Soulbound's Goliath damages increases with each stack of whole soul harvest. Okay. Book is right before the Lady Waycrest. Okay, thank you very much. Oh, we got you out of the Soul of Thorns. That was quicker that time. I was more on top of it then. There we go, another one done.
Make sure Lady Waycrest pays dearly for this foul witchcraft.
Okay, so moving on to the next section. Oh, you keep the ring if you need it. Deal with this. Oh, got silenced. There you go. Deal with that. Oh, Thrall Guard, missed you that. I don't actually know if I need a ring at that one. Trinkets. Ring. I got a 400 ring and a 375 ring. I need to put a gem in it, like you said, yes. I need to get some gems. I need a dual crafter to do that. Bewitched Captain, and going through. It was me pressing the wrong button then. That's why that didn't go work. Okay. The problem I always have with dungeons is knowing which way to go. Need to go up. There we go. That's the main issue I have. I guess I could look at the map, that would be easier. Or once you've done them several hundred times, it gets a lot easier. Especially bad as you mostly take. I remember doing one as a... I tried a time walking with Earthen, and basically I got kicked from the group because I was just wandering from mob to mob, thinking that I was being a good tank and just attacking them all. But as it was, it wasn't what everyone wanted. They wanted to miss certain mobs. But I soon learned. Oh, the dungeon switches, you follow the ghost. Oh, right, I didn't know that. Oh, I should be able to deal with that. I've got my decursive up. To remember to press that next time when I hear the audible sound. silenced. Can't do that on myself though. I take it we're going down. Oh, that looks like swirly bad stuff. Stay out of the way of that. And here's the sisters. Okay. There we go, we'll do it that way and press all of those. And then the sisters we need to do next. I do actually wanted to clear the dungeon. Exactly, I figured that's what you're supposed to do, but apparently no. Only DPS the one that is large. Okay, oh right, I never knew that. I see. So that one is the large one. Oh, and then another one goes large. Oh, I've gone large now. That's a bad idea. How did that happen? I bear the black mark. Okay, now I'm normal size. System Malady, you're large. Oh. Oh, now Sister Briar is the large one. Okay, this is interesting. I hadn't known to look out for the larger ones. Oh, Sister Selena. Trouble is, a lot of my things do damage to multiple targets. That could be a bad thing. I guess I need to just hold off on the damage. That would help. And then the last sister, I guess, we can do. Ah, brilliant. Okay. Okay, Gold, thanks ever so much for stopping by. Hope you have a lovely rest of your week. Ooh, Bracers of Dreadful Maladies. 410. Mythic Warforged. Fantastic. Oh, Mr. Deadfellow, thank you very much. How's it going? It's going very well, thank you very much. Thank you ever so much for your sub. Sorry, I can't quite... Hold on, let me just click the chats. There we go. Thank you very much. And some new Pierres in the chat for you as well. Oh, and it comes smug as well. That slipped in there. Hope you're doing well. Thanks ever so much, stuff mine. Thank you for your support. Always middle, right, left, and repeat. Oh, okay. Right, there we go. Right, let's find. Yeah, can't really see where I'm going because my large boomkin form's in the way. Should be able to work our way out where we are. Okay, there's a matron. Oh, okay, we've got lots of things in here. So let's try and deal with all of this at once. Deal with that. Solar Wrath. I could really do with some AoE or something like that. Witch Captain can go there. Brilliant. Okay, there we go. Right. Let's follow this down. So, Lord and Lady Waycrest here, so did take quite some time. No problem. You're doing really well. Done that, done that. Move out the way. Ah, there's the treaties. There's something there. Read the treaties. There we go. Done the treaties. Oh, that was the wrong person. Let's do all of those. And then we need to kill Gorak Tul to be able to do the rest, don't we? Which comes after these two. So, okay, right. Anything special we need to know about these ones?
Husband, please attend to our guest.
Space out. Okay. Stay out of crap. Okay. Fair enough. Now there's my ringy thing, so I need to make sure I'm not there. Oh, move out of that. Shouldn't really be backing away though. I should be using the forward. Use my special form. Use that for extra haste. I'm not sure what I'm standing in, but I think it's safe. I almost feel like I need braille keys or something like that so I can feel what I'm actually pressing. But maybe it's just muscle memory. Will I be playing Classic? I've got a command for that, but the short answer is yes, I will. But not fully. Okay, is that everything in there? Horrors. Do you, whilst you're here. Do that. Okay, Blacksmith, thank you very much for stopping by. I hope you have a lovely rest of your evening. Should we run down? There we go, that'll be easier. Then we can bunch them together.
How is this possible? My ancestors defeated you ages ago.
Your ancestors wiped out my people, but they could not.
Where are we? Let's just see if we can carry on a little bit further.
For countless years, I waited to enact my
Stay together.
until
Can't see where I am, so let's just move out a little bit. That's a bit better.
Lady Waycrest was merely a vessel.
There we go, we've done that. Ah, it's Gorak Tul.
By destroying her, you have opened the doorway.
We open the doorway.
Now, your nightmare is just beginning.
Okay, so do my little thing and then press that. That.
Into our world. Every horror in the manor is making its way to us. Sterntide and I will hold them here. You have to finish this.
Hurry! Set them aflame before the Tuskling
Guess we'll do the Death Touch Slavers whilst we're here. Do a little bit extra damage. Got stunned, unfortunately. I've so much PvP to do this week. What's the goal with the PvP, Will? Is it a reputation thing? For the ranks. Ah, there we go. Heroic and Mythic Waycrest Manor done. Fantastic. Well done, everyone. Got a Mythic Keystone and a Tidal Core. Fantastic.
I await you in the blighted land.
That's brilliant. Well done, everyone. Nice and clean indeed. Very nice. Thank you all. So we need to... What do I need to do? I need to hand that in, don't I? Seeking more knowledge. There we go. So we've done that with treaties and that slain. And we should get our Anchorweed rank 2. Fantastic. I didn't even spot any mess ups. That was fantastic. Thank you all.
You have my gratitude.
There we go. Okay, right, we'll jump out of that. Thank you very much. That was very kind of you. So we'll leave the party. And can we teleport out of dungeon? Oh no, not in the group. I'll do it in 59 seconds. That'll be easy enough. And then we'll go back to where we are. Also, you can buy some pretty coloured transmog sets for the Paladin and Dalaran with the marks. Oh, okay. Yeah, because... oh, you got a whole look from the last boss. Excellent, Mushy. Congratulations. No, we did very well in terms of we're at 397 eye level, I think. And there was also a couple of other things we picked up there. Bracers are a upgrade at 410 and 400 hands of our, which is much better than our fair weather gloves. So we take those, and then that gives us a, where are we at? Fair weather gloves we've got, those are benthic. Go level your palette for blacksmithing for the engineering blacksmith mount. Fantastic. Well, thank you, Zoran. Right, so with that done, let's get our way back and let's get a flight point. It'll just be easier. Just to the south. I think if I've unlocked it, that is. I'm not sure I have on this character, because we haven't done all the quests up to this point. Oh no, we do have it. There we go. So let's fly back and get our Anchorweed. There we go. Loz UK, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. I hope you're doing well. Still need to unlock flying. You're not alone. There's still plenty of people who haven't done it. So don't worry about it. Just keep chipping away at it. I'm sure you'll get there. Farming pet charms to sell pets on Illidan. Higher realm than your main realm. Well, that's cool. The good thing about pets is that being able to transfer from one realm to another. That's really cool. Well, not realm, one server to another. So we've made some good progress with Herbalism on Jahwakening today. Getting those. Well, where are we at to on our ranks at the moment? Oh no, Herbalism. This one. So, yeah, we've got rank 3s in Riverbud, Sea Stalk, and Siren's Pollen, and Star Moss. So, Winter's Kiss is the next thing. So, next rank, we need to gather Winter's Kiss. And then Akunda's Bite, we need to keep on gathering that. Anchorweed, we need to just go and hand in that quest for the rank 2. And then we need to do the Carnivorous Lasher for that on the Zinathid. We'll go check that again. See if that one works. Coffee Art, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Hope you're doing well this fine Sunday evening. It is Sunday, isn't it? Yes. I forget because we've got a bank holiday tomorrow. Doing wonderful, how about you? I'm doing very well, thank you very much. We're having some great fun here. Just done a dungeon. Oh, Oreo's disappeared, so I'll turn his camera off for the moment. Unfortunately, no, Mashi, I'm going to have to finish off earlier today because, oh, just as I turn the camera off, Oreo comes back. There we go, Oreo. Moved you back. Because we're going to have a busy day tomorrow and I need to get up early, which is why I started slightly earlier today, for that reason. You can ignore Akunda's Bite. Your druid is farming herbs since the beginning of BfA. Never needed them. Oh, okay, Sarah. The completionist in me does want to get them eventually, though. Which I'm sure I will, because I just need to actually collect it up. There, straight on your back, are you? No waiting. Okay, so treaties and Anchorweed, we did that, and that will give me that. There we go, Anchorweed rank 2, fantastic. Did someone say story time? We might have some time for that actually. I could do that after this. Let's go and check, because we're on the last chapter of the Alliance side. So let me just check, did the wrong one again. So Anchorweed, we need the quest more anchor pods. So I'm not sure where we'll get that from. Tiragard Sound apparently. So I guess it will be in here from the actual person, if it's from there. So we'll probably get that randomly by picking up Anchorweed, would be my guess from that point. Unless we come back to that one. So let's go one last check of Nazjatar. Let's have a look. See where we're at with that. And then we should be in a reasonable state. We've made some good progress on Jahwakening at the moment. So I'm quite happy with that. Let's just do one last check. I'll get some Zinathid on the way if we can. Just to check this zone for a moment. And then maybe we'll do some story time if everyone would like that, just to finish off. So, oh, we haven't got our Herbalism gloves on. So let's just pop those back on for the moment. Put those ones on, and we can always swap back out. There we go. Corsal, how are you? Is there any place where we can see my TSM operations? Yeah, you're more than welcome to take my paste bins. If you do ! Paste bin, you'll see a link to all my paste bins there at the moment. They're not all completely up to date, but they are in a relatively reasonable state. There we go. Thank you, Catitude. And no luck. Oh, no, there's the ground. We've got the ground. Fantastic. Right, so fertile soil. And oh, we need to feed it, don't we? Let's go get some flies. And then feed it on up. Pretty sure that's what we need to do. If it was like last time. And then we need to just avoid all these other ones for the moment. It should be 9 times in the end. Let's just deal with this for the moment. Oh, I'm resto spec. Whoops. I can't change. Let's just use our boomkin spec. Need to switch back to our tanking spec. I don't normally play solo as a boomkin. There we go. Absolutely essentially heard me say something about early. Need to do something well before midnight. What time will I stop streaming today? So it will be a little bit before 11. So probably another sort of 10-20 minutes or so. I think I've got enough time to finish off this quest. I may not have enough time for story time tonight, looking at this. Because I need to have a earlier night tonight, because I've got a busy day tomorrow. Right, let's keep feeding this wee beastie. It's getting bigger. Let's do this one over here. Almost big enough. This is like the Little Shop of Horrors. Which reminds me of the very first computer game I made. We made one like that. Oh, needs one more, looks like it. There's a gold one. Is that significant, I wonder? Radiant sea fly. Bloated sea fly. Where's it gone? There it is. There we go. Feed me. Be good and post it in the chat that you summon it. Oh, will others want it as well? Okay, that's worth doing then. I didn't realise that. That's a good idea. This the last one? I think someone's here already. One more, I think. Where is it? Should have enough. There we go. Carnivorous Lasher. Oh, I forgot to change specs. Was it /1? Can't spell. Carnivorous Lasher up. Okay, oops, I need to heal myself. Hold on. This is bad. The wrong spec. Let me just move out the way. Heal myself. Wild growth. Can't die. This would be bad. I really wanted to be tank spec. Let's do this. Move around. Move out the way. And then heal myself. Regrowth. Gonna have to kill it eventually. This is bad. Let me move out the way. Regrowth. Hopefully other people can come in and help out, because I'm doing really badly here. Just gonna keep moving out the way. This is why I should have been tank spec instead. There we go. Press that, press that. Let's move out the way. Just going to keep out the way. There we go. That should be easier. Do that, do that. Okay, Mushy, thank you ever so much. I hope you have a lovely rest of your week gold making. And I'll see you again soon, hopefully. Rare mob, I'd like to not kill it myself. Well, that's a good point, actually. But thankfully, lots of people have come to our aid. So good call on that, Zeran. I wouldn't have known otherwise. I mean, as a bear, it would have been easier to at least hold my own. But as a boomkin, I feel very fragile. But now that everyone's here, we've managed to do the work and get it going. So teamwork helps. In hindsight, I should have changed to tank form, and I would have been able to at least just stand my ground whilst everyone else came. Which would have been much easier. It does seem to take a lot of people to do this, doesn't it? And it's done. Fantastic. So hopefully we will get our... oh, lots of things. We got our recipe rank 2 Zinathid. Let's learn that. Fantastic. Now we've done really good progress today. Right, let's head on back. So what do we need for rank 3? We can look at that. We won't necessarily have time to do that today, but that's certainly a good opportunity. So we need to gather more Zinathid, and then the Zinathid tentacle. Okay, that's going to be interesting. You get the rank 3 from farming the house. We'll be doing plenty of that, definitely. But thank you, Brain Manager. Right, so we've done alright so far, I'd say. Let's have a quick look and see how everyone else is getting on. I don't think we've had any sales of the alchemy whilst we've been doing that, have we? No. So, hoping that this lot will sell at some point. 408,000 worth of potions currently on at the moment. So if we do manage to sell at least some of these, that will go a long way towards helping our coffers grow back up to the amount we borrowed. Do I have mining as well on the druid? No, I have. My druid is herbalism and alchemy. That's the main thing we've got going here. So let's do a quick jump back to Samadan, just check on sales for the night. We'll see how things are going, and then we'll probably finish up there because, as I said, I've got an earlier start tomorrow. Just have a quick look, see how things are. Radio's off. There we go. Good old Oreo. I was saying, you stopped stroking me. Okay, so let's have a look. Anything on here? Oh, we do have a few sales coming in. Accords of Haste, lots of Accords of Haste, and some Fragrant Cacavia and Deadly Navigation. So those are all coming through in the last hour. And let's have a look in our actual mailbox in terms of sales that have gone through since we started streaming. Has been 15,000 in sales of lots of Accords and some food as well. So that's really good. Good evening, Brumblefar. Hope you're doing well. You just have caught the tail end of it, but rest assured the VOD will go up on YouTube soon enough, or you can catch it up on Twitch. Sorry if you understand what my classic plans. Excited to get to a blank slate economy, see what we can do. Exactly, Rocco. I will be playing classic, but only just. It's not going to be my main focus. I would like to see what the market's like. Very much like yourself, I'm interested to see what it's like. But apart from that, my main focus is still going to be focusing on BfA content and getting all of my professions up. Already need this long point man. Yes, definitely. Right one too. How are you? Oh, you've just caught me at the end, but nice to have you on board. I hope you're having a lovely weekend so far. I am literally just finishing up, but lovely to have you stop by. I believe Rasheen was in here earlier. Not sure if she's still around, but catch up on the VOD. Yes, great weekend. Excellent. Good to hear. Yeah, we've just been working on Jahwakening, my alchemist, and we've gone through a lot of the Herbalism quests today to get the rank 2s and 3s for that. So we've made some really good progress, and the group is looking in quite good state at the moment. We've got a load of auctions on, so hopefully we'll start selling some of those potions and make some gold. Touch wood, hopefully, once we can get our prices in a reasonable state. But other than that, the usual gold making been going very well so far today. What was it, about 150,000 roughly, I think we had in gold over the weekend. And we've already got some more sales coming through. Force multipliers just sold, and got another 15,000 coming up. I am indeed, Caesar. How do you find the Silas thing? Silas has been alright so far, Brumblefar. We've been quite lucky so far. The main thing we've been doing is every now and again, as soon as we get the proc, we'll make it. I don't even use all 3 buffs of the 10 minutes, just the first one normally. Forecast, how are you as well? Thing of beauty, indeed it is, Commander Bard. So glad you suggested that. We're just finishing up Forecast, but glad you could stop by. I think we should probably see if we can find someone over to throw a host on over to. We do have, now we've got, our Nota is on, so I think we'll pass on the Goldmaking baton to our noter. Let me just set this up. Let the ad run. Alchemy and chart prices keep dropping prices. Should you sell if still a profit, or wait to sell at a higher price? I'm doing a mix with my alchemy. I'm trying to keep my prices still within a profit, and ignoring the ones below minimum price and still posting them on. I'm yet to see whether that's going to work full time, but that's what I'm doing for now. And if I feel like I can reset a market, then I'll do that as well, especially with the enchants. But there's a few of us on my server that are doing the odd reset of enchants, so they're keeping the prices high, thankfully, on that side of things, but they are generally trending downwards. God knows what it's going to be like once Classic comes out and everyone starts dividing their attention there. Checking your July sales, you made 326k gold profit. Very nice, Laurent. Very nice indeed. The TSM would work in Classic. There's no API behind it. Yes, exactly. You just came from our note. Oh, right. Sorry, Brumblefun. And Stevie B. Thank you very much. Right, so I want to thank you all for a lovely, lovely evening of streaming. I wish you all the best in the start of Classic when it comes out tomorrow. I'm going to be on Mirage Ridgeway on EU. I will have Samadan, my priest. I will probably pop in from time to time. But like I said, my main focus is still going to be on Samadan here. So BfA all the way for me. So let's throw a host over to our noter. Noter 42. There we go. So thank you all. Have a great week. Enjoy Classic. Remember to have fun. That's the main thing. And it's going to be very busy to start off with, but I'm sure it'll die down and settle down, and then we'll all be able to enjoy it, as well as see what markets open up or how they change in BfA. It's going to be interesting times. So thank you all. From me and Oreo, we'll wish you a very good night, and we'll see you very soon. Until next time, happy gold making.